Good evening. A family has fought back against a gang of African car thieves who smashed into their home. The thugs used planks of wood to hit a couple over the head while their young son was nearby. But the parents tricked the men with the wrong set of keys.
A hooded gang of 7 swarms around a sports car at 3:15 this morning. They're armed with poles and sticks from a construction site next door, ready to seize their prize, an SS Commodore which today was stained with blood. After failing to enter through the front door, they smashed a back window and confronted the owners, who have lived there less than a month, a mum and dad and their 12-year-old son.
He's terrified. Apparently he's not stopped crying.
When the father confronted the gang, they attacked.
She saw one of them with a stick bashing him, so that's when she got involved, and then they hit her as well.
They demanded keys but fled because the owners gave them a set for their other car instead.
I look at the window because I was awakened by the scream, and I see people coming from the house running, and there's a car waiting up there in the front.
Apparently there's blood all over the floor from my stepdad. Got a cut cheek and eyebrow and a concussion.
The group had been squeezed into a stolen Camry, driving the streets of the Woodley estate for at least half an hour.
All shaken. Like, how else can you be after you've had someone eight Sudanese men break into your house, beat up my stepdad?
Home invasions are now happening at least a couple of times a week in Melbourne, and some gangs seem to prefer new estates, with residents scattered among houses under construction and empty blocks.
It's pretty concerning. It's pretty in your face.
A 16-year-old boy was arrested at his Melton house this morning.
He was asleep in bed at the time, and Mum answered the door, so thank you very much, Mum.
Paul Dowsley, 7 News.
A family has been left shaken after a gang of up to 18 stormed their home in Rockbank in Melbourne's west. Armed with poles, the thugs attacked their victims before fleeing empty-handed. Neri Tai reports.
Armed with poles and fence posts, a gang of thugs flee a home invasion.
They're all shaken. How else can you be after you've had someone eight Sudanese men break into your house, rough you up?
At 3 o'clock this morning, the offenders used a brick to smash their way inside. They confronted their terrified victims before attacking them with weapons.
She saw one of them with a stick bashing him, so that's when she got involved, and then they hit her as well.
Jade rushed to her mum and stepdad's home this morning. Her 12-year-old brother was also inside.
He's terrified. Apparently he's not stopped crying.
The intruders demanded the keys to a Holden SS Commodore, but they were given the wrong set, so they fled empty-handed. Residents woke to find their street a crime scene.
It's scary. Like, I've got 2 boys and they're like 18, and they think it's pretty scary.
The offenders fled in a stolen Camry, which was found dumped this morning. Police then arrested a 16-year-old boy from Melton.
He was asleep in bed at the time, and Mum answered the door, so thank you very much, Mum. She was fairly appalled. She basically said she hasn't seen him for the last couple of days.
Forensic police spent hours combing this property looking for evidence. Meanwhile, detectives are investigating whether the same gang is responsible for a number of similar aggravated burglaries that occurred in recent weeks.
How terrifying would that be? I don't understand why they're still out there able to do it.
Neri Tai, 9 News.